The Sioux out to the early lead, 1-0 here in the first period. Dave Hakstol in his second year as head coach here in Grand Forks, trying to get his team back to the Frozen Four.
Well, I mean, he's doing a good job. Last year he had a great team, was able to get him to that position. Now he wants a team that's playing very well here at the end of the season at the right time of the year.
Holy Cross killing off the first North Dakota power play of the night. Crusaders able to clear the zone here. Chorney turns it over. Here comes Sixsmith. Dropped it back. Now here's Napo in the slot. Could get the shot off the side of the net. Just to the right of Parise, and he couldn't corral it.
A nice job by those guys coming in on that odd man rush, trying to create something, getting a couple guys going to the net and hitting the net with the shot.
North Dakota able to clear. They bring it all the way in deep here in the Holy Cross end of things. DJ Oshie checked there by Matt Burke. A couple of sevens. Fencing for it. It's kicked loose. Oshie jumps on it. Wrap around. Thrown out in front. Quesada the pad save.
Well, the one thing that Tony Quesada tonight is having a little trouble with is when North Dakota uses that net, they come around, they're trying to stuff it. He goes down. He's unable to move. They're trying to go wide on him.
Shot. Parise is saved. Both goaltenders being tested here the last couple of minutes. North Dakota gets it out. Landry trying to clear the zone. Now Marty Dams takes a check there from Kite. Caught in the skates of Sixsmith. He kicks it down along the boards. Matt Watkins tries to keep it alive for North Dakota deep in the zone. Holy Cross gets it to the line, held in momentarily by Radke. Now it's poked out, and the Sioux will have to reset. Here's Dams to John Landry. He had 2 assists last night for the Crusaders.
Well, Holy Cross getting back into it, doing a little better in their defensive zone, trying to slow things down a bit. And they get that opportunity, breaking it, getting it going the other direction.
Under 9.5 minutes to go in our opening period here at Ralph Engelstad Arena. The Sioux fans have been able to get to their feet once already tonight. Maybe here again. A turnover. Miller, a shot. Oh, glove save by Tony Quesada.
Well, just as I said, they're doing a better job in that defensive zone, moving it up, getting to the wingers. A bad turnover. Anytime you want to get that puck out of the zone, you don't have somebody there in front of you. You got to go high off the boards. Here you can see nobody on the purple side in position for the outlet pass. They cough it up, and a nice shot on net by North Dakota. Then you got Oshie coming in, and again another guy coming around that net, using that long reach, using his speed, trying to get to the outside, stuffing it on Tony Quesada.
TJ Oshie, a Blues first-round pick in 05. Set a school record last night with his 9th game-winning goal. That also leads the nation this year. He got the 2nd power play goal of the night last night in the win over Michigan, and it was a game winner.
Well, I think if TJ Oshie stays here for 4 years, he's going to set a lot of records at North Dakota.
He really is. In case you didn't know, the University of North Dakota, located in Grand Forks, North Dakota, an enrollment of almost 13,000. It's the hockey championships and tournament appearances that are really impressive for this program.
Well, I mean, it's just unbelievable. The whole program itself, not only the university, but you look into this building that we're standing in. I mean, one of the most beautiful buildings that I've ever been in. Definitely one of the best buildings in college hockey.
The University of North Dakota 5-0 at home in the NCAA tournament, so that doesn't bode well for Holy Cross here tonight. You know, they were able to pull the upset last night over the Golden Gofers. Of course, that night, this crowd was behind the Crusaders. Quite a different story here this evening.
Well, I think Holy Cross realized it too, and they came out for announcers, and they were getting boos instead of cheers.
Played to the left of Quesada. Up top, here's Chorney. Trying to play a shot through a screen, back out to the line, and it is going to be offside as Chorney couldn't hold the zone.
North Dakota doing just a great job on that forecheck, coming in there, getting a good look here at Holy Cross Crusaders, a location of Worcester, Massachusetts. 2,700 students, obviously not as many NCAA appearances as the North Dakota Fighting Sioux, but you know what, a big one for them last night with that huge win and biggest upset in college history.
2,700 students at Holy Cross. Almost every one of them watching that game last night. They had a big viewing party on campus, and they were loud.
Well, that's a great
raucous.
thing. The great thing about a small school like that, everybody's so involved. Everybody knows everybody. It's like a big family, and they were in something special last night.
Just their 2nd NCAA tournament appearance for Holy Cross. They lost to North Dakota in the first round of the 04 NCAA tournament. Shot from a shallow angle there off the stick of Cal St. Denis. Hit the side of the net. So this is actually a rematch of an NCAA tournament game from 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago, you look at North Dakota's team with Zach Parise, Brendan Bochenski. They had some power that year also, but North Dakota is doing a great job just not scoring as many goals as you would have thought, but Holy Cross staying in with it 2 years ago.
Sean Napo sends it in. Here's Zach Jones back to play it for North Dakota. Gets it over for Smaby, the captain of this Fighting Sioux squad. Smaby, headman pass, got it to Zajac. Zajac now Oshie, top of the circle shot, save made. Another shot off the rebound, and Quesada able to block that one away too.
Holy Cross defenders have got to do something with those rebounds. They've got to make sure that once Tony Quesada makes that first save, they get somebody in there, get the puck, and get it out of the zone. If they give up those second shots, there's going to be a lot of goals here tonight.
Landry puts it on a tee, drives it out of the zone. Here's Chorney now. Back at the UND line, gets across ice for Lee. Brian Lee backhanded it, tried to get it into the zone, now finally does. Holy Cross down a goal. Last night they got on the board first on that goal from Dale Reinhardt. That really, according to the Crusaders, relaxed them and set the tempo for the rest of the night, but here they find themselves on the other end of the stick.
Well, you come into a building like this and you're playing one of the top teams in the country, you're going to get that opportunity to get that goal, and it definitely helped them out.
We've got a Holy Cross penalty coming up, so the Sioux will have their second power play of the night when we come back.
The team that they had 2 years ago, maybe a little more deliberate than things that they did, but tonight you can see the difference.
Marty Dams in the penalty box for interference for 2 minutes. So the Sioux 0 for 1 on power play here so far tonight, get another chance. We talked about the penalty kill for Holy Cross, one of the best in the country as this gets around the stick of Lee and back out to center. They held the Gofers 0 for 7 on power play last night.
You know, we talked to Coach Pearl, and he talked about how horrendous the penalty kill was last year. Put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort. Actually, it's ended up working out very well for him.
Only Maine has a better penalty kill in the country than Holy Cross. Here's TJ Oshie, probably the most dangerous player on this power play unit for the Sioux. Oshie has 11 power play goals. He got his 11th last night.
Well, the key to that is probably the most potent, because you got a guy like Spurko, you got Zajac, everybody out there on that five-man unit is dangerous.
They were 2 for 4 last night on power play. Duncan had the other power play goal. A minute to go in the man advantage here for the Sioux. Just over 5 minutes to play, period number 1. North Dakota on top 1-0. Here's Duncan, shot, big save, Tony Quesada.
Well, what a job by Tony Quesada right there. And I'll tell you what, Duncan, Ryan Duncan going to be a little disappointed in himself. Maybe hung onto the puck just a little too long, because he gets that off right away. He's got a wide open net.
Taves gets it to Stafford. He tried to get it for Smaby. Now Taves sets up Duncan. 2-0 Sioux.
Well, you're going to get to see it right here. Just an unbelievable opportunity. He gets himself into open ice and then redeems himself. Duncan, we talked about the missed opportunity just prior to that. He finds that open ice. He finds that high slot. Nobody for Holy Cross on that penalty kill around him. Taves makes a nice pass. Good one-timer to beat Tony Quesada upstairs.
Ryan Duncan with his second goal of the regional. He had a goal and an assist last night. His power play goal makes it 2-0 North Dakota.
Just a power play. We talk about Holy Cross having to stay out of the penalty box. With the potent offense and the potent power play that North Dakota has, I don't care how good your penalty kills. Against a team like North Dakota, you have to stay out of the box.
The assist going to Taves and Smaby. Here's a look at Ryan Duncan with his 16th goal of the year.
You know, this kid is just the last couple of weekends I've had an opportunity to, actually I should say the pleasure to watch this young man, because he has been tremendous. Last weekend at the WCHA Final 5, one of the best players on the ice. Last night, definitely one of the best players on the ice. And then tonight, jumping right back into it.
So Taves already with a 2-point night. The second line guys again just getting it done here in the NCAA tournament.
It's those young guns. It's just unbelievable. Both these guys freshmen.
Talked about the youth of this squad. 13 freshmen on the roster for North Dakota. Not playing like it though. Chance for Holy Cross off the rebound. Backhand McGregor. And somehow Parise able to make the save. And the Sioux clear.
Oh, look at Jordan Parise coming out of the net. He realizes it's an on-man rush. He's got to take a little chance. He jumps up, makes that first save. Defenseman there to clear the rebound.
Here's Zoshi from the corner. Throws it out. Top of the slot. Shot blocked out in front. Holy Cross is able to get it back out to neutral ice. Here's Blair Bartlett. He shovels it in deep. Holy Cross makes a change. Jonathan Taves. Holy Cross back out at center. Matt Wary. So that third line is on now for the Crusaders. And that's a line that after a while last night hardly saw the ice at all as Coach Paul Pearl shortened his bench against the Gophers.
Well, one of the nice things too when you shorten your bench is you get those TV timeouts. You get a little extra time to get those 1 and 2 lines a little more rest.
North Dakota adding another goal. It's now a 2-0 Sioux lead. West Regional Final. Engelstad Arena in Grand Forks, North Dakota. The 4-seed Holy Cross against the 2-seed North Dakota for the right to go on to Milwaukee. With Jim Paradise, I'm Clay Matvick. How about these North Dakota first-year players? 5 goals, 5 assists in 2 tournament games.
It's just unbelievable the way these, you know, and the great thing about it is the points are important, obviously, but the way they play the game, I mean, they're all over the place. They're playing physical. They're diving for pucks, blocking pucks, doing everything you need to be a good hockey player.
Travis Zajac plays it in for North Dakota. Spirko from behind the net throws it out in front. Zajac holds the zone, takes it on the right wing side, rolls it in behind the net. Casada watches there. Now here's TJ Oshie. Oshie so dangerous. Backhand out in front. The save made. Wow, every time he gets the puck, you just hold your breath.
Well, somebody's got to try and play the body on it, and it's obviously a little easier said than it is done because of the way he moves his feet and the strength that he has.
Oshie with a team-high 24 goals. Drew Stafford also has 24 as they share that mark. Played in here by Perpet. Casada wraps it around the boards. Oh, a big punch thrown there by Smaby, but no call.
Well, that's a big hit. He's stepping up, and the defenseman for North Dakota doing a good job, though, in that neutral zone. Controlling that gap a little bit, getting up into the play. Maybe that one coming a little high.
Yeah, it looked a little high, but no whistle.
Well, when you're 6'5", you tend to do that every now and then.
Everything's high. This one rolls in. This will be icing on Holy Cross. Now, coming up in our first intermission, Mike Hall and Bob Norton will take a look at the Hobie Baker finalists from our NCAA Championship studios, plus first period highlights and analysis. That's all coming up in our first intermission. No candidates, at least as far as finalists go. There were candidates earlier in the season before the finalists were announced from this University of North Dakota squad. You got to believe that in years to come there might be a few.
If they're still here, and I mean, you know, you hate to say that, but some of these kids are going to get an opportunity to have to make a choice to maybe move to the next level. But no doubt there is eventually going to be some Hobie Baker candidates coming out of here.
Here comes Ryan Duncan. He has their second goal tonight. Shot from Taves goes over the top of the net. Now a player crashing into Casada. It's his own man, Dale Reinhardt. The whistle here with 1:23 to go as we catch you up on what's been going on in the NCAA tournament. BC knocking out rival Boston University 5-rip earlier today.
Well, BC, they got a good goaltender. It's interesting with BU. Everybody was a little unsure on why and where they were. They were playing good, but get beat by a good goaltender.
Got an interference call here on Drew Stafford, so we'll get a look at the Holy Cross power play here tonight. 1 for 10 last night in the win over Minnesota. That goal coming from McGregor. Of course, that not the game winner in overtime. He had a power play goal earlier in the night, the game winner in OT.
Well, they do a good job. Once they get it in, get it set up, they move it. They're very deliberate. They make some nice passes. Look for those open lanes to get good scoring opportunities. The problem is they got to try and get it in, get it set up.
Another icing here. Come back down and have a draw. Speaking of draws, that was one of the reasons that Holy Cross had a chance to win that game last night, and in fact did. They won the face-off battle against Minnesota 44-38.
Well, it was such a different game too. With all the whistles, it was, it slowed it down so much, and then every time there was an opportunity for that whistle, they were able to win the draws. And anytime you have a team like Minnesota, a puck possession team like that, you take it away from them, you're going to have an opportunity to win, and it worked last night.
Holy Cross carries out of its own end. Turned back at the line by Jones. Settled down by Reinhart. Back in the Crusaders' end of things, Godfrey plays a pass over for Dams. Dams ahead. Godfrey drives it in. Rolls around here on the near wing. Tyler McGregor playing it in deep. Jones throws a check to get it back. Got it to the line, held in. Godfrey lost it. Jones chasing after it. Gets it away. Now to the near side for McGregor. 30 seconds to play here in period number 1. North Dakota with a 2-0 lead. This is the kind of period they wanted to have against this Cinderella story from Holy Cross. And holy cow, that one got all the way in on Quesada from all the way down on the other end of the ice.
No, I think Tony Quesada, too, just kind of watching the play a little more, wasn't really ready for it. Thankfully, he's in a good position to be able to get that glove on it.
Sixsmith carries in. 2 seconds to go. And this power play will carry into period number 2 for the Crusaders. But they're down a couple of goals here to a powerful Sioux team. Shots 13-6 in favor of UND. So the Sioux with the lead, and this is the kind of game that they wanted to play against Holy Cross. They wanted to come out, get on the board early. They did. Just 1 minute and 8 seconds into the first period, and they have a comfortable lead going into our first intermission.
Well, I think this is what they want to do in their own building too. I mean, they got that opportunity to have their crowd, that home crowd behind them. They come out, and then their work ethic is just unbelievable. The way they come, they just battle. Obviously, getting some great scoring opportunities and capitalizing on them. But the work ethic is just incredible. They just keep going.
One of the captains for the Holy Cross Crusaders is Pierre Nappert-Fournette. He is downstairs with us right now. And Pierre, this is a little bit of a different situation than what you had last night. You were in a scoreless tie with the Gophers after one. Your thoughts after the first 20 minutes here?
Definitely would like to still be tied with North Dakota, but can't get down on ourselves. I think we had a decent period. One of the goals was the power play. Another one sort of mistake in our zone, but I think we're playing well. Just got to keep grinding it out and try to get some shots on net.
You talk about what you guys need to do. I mean, you're going to come out in this hockey game, you get a little regroup. Can you guys try and pick things up a little bit and get things going offensively for yourselves?
I sure hope so. I mean, if I didn't think so, I wouldn't be anything for me to play out there. But yeah, definitely, if we just get back to our game and just chip it in and dump it in and try to get some shots and get some rebound on the goal, and hopefully one would bounce in and then go from there.
Were you a little worried that you wouldn't have enough in the tank here tonight because of the emotional game that you played with Minnesota last night?
No, not at all. You're playing to go to the Frozen Four. If you're not ready and something wrong with you, it's one game. You get 2 weeks off for the next game, so you just got to give it all and leave it all out there.
Pierre, thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the way tonight.
Thank you very much.
Pierre Nappert-Fournette joining us downstairs. But the Sioux have the first intermission lead. They get 2 in the first. Back in Grand Forks, 2-0 Sioux, first intermission. We talked a lot about TJ Oshie in that first 20 minutes. He was all over the ice. And let's get to know TJ Oshie a little bit more.
Hi, my name is TJ Oshie. I'm a freshman forward from Warwood, Minnesota, and my teammates call me Osh. I recently started taking piano lessons, and my teacher is my teammate, Bradley Miller. And my CD player right now is a mix of Rascal Flatts, Keith Urban, and Toby Keith. My favorite TV show is The OC, and my favorite sports movie is The Legend of Bagger Vance.
He's a good piano player. He's certainly a good hockey player. We saw a lot of DJ Oshie in that first period, as I mentioned. In fact, leading the Sioux with 3 shots despite no goals or assists. But DJ Oshie, I have a feeling before the night is out, he will be heard from.
Well, I'll tell you what, as soft as those hands are he's got out there on the ice, he should be a very good piano player. And I like his little selection of country music. Again, another country guy.
Music. What is it about TJ Oshie specifically, besides the hands, that makes him so good?
Well, it's just the effort. I mean, you can see every shift he goes out there, he's giving 110%. Beautiful shot right there, picking it out. You can see him battling, using his physical strength right there, diving across, making a nice pass to his line mate in Zajac. The kid's got good size. He moves his feet very well, but he plays the game hard.
And again, that second line, 5 points combined tonight. A couple of other freshmen, Duncan and Taves, already with a goal and an assist apiece.
Well, it is. It's the young guns on this hockey team, and not to say that there's not some older veterans that have stepped in and they're filling in some good spots, but these guys do not play young anymore. They play like they're juniors and seniors every time they're out there.
A lot of people think the Sioux are the team to beat in this national tournament, and they have a 2-0 lead. Pride in defense has won national championships for the Sioux in the past. The Sioux didn't want to make the same mistake that Minnesota made last night and let the Crusaders hang around. They didn't do that. They got a goal less than 2 minutes into the first period. Even strength goal by Taves, then a power play goal by Duncan.
Well, and you look at the shots on goal right here, 6 for Holy Cross and 13 for North Dakota. Holy Cross, to get back into this hockey game, they've got to figure out a way to get some more shots on net.
Tony Quesada keeping his team in it with 11 saves. Our second period coming up shortly. 2-0 Sioux. Back at Ralph Engelstad Arena in Grand Forks, North Dakota, the home of the Fighting Sioux. They have 28 wins coming into tonight's West Regional Final with Holy Cross. That's more than any team left in this tournament. You saw speed kills, and we saw an example of speed in this first 20 minutes of action here at Ralph Engelstad. And Paul Pearl's Holy Cross Crusaders are down a couple of goals. We talked about it. That second line for the Fighting Sioux. Taves, Duncan, and Stafford combined 5 points already tonight.
And the other thing that you see in that opening, you get an opportunity to see the physical play that North Dakota has stepped up here tonight. That's something that Holy Cross did not see last night from the University of Minnesota.
At this point last night, Holy Cross was in a scoreless tie with the Golden Gophers. Paul Pearl said it best. We've been loose in practice, and we wanted to keep it a short game. First goal will be key. And tonight, the Sioux getting the first couple of goals. Here's Smaby bringing it out of his own end through center. Gains the line, shot through a screen right on. Quesada makes the save and leaves it off for Matt Burke.
Well, nice job by Tony Quesada right there, realizing that he might as well try and keep the play moving a little bit. He got that opportunity, hopefully get the puck broken out. Maybe not want to try and get the whistles right now. Open it up, keep that flow going a little.
Here's Stafford for Duncan, shot, blocker save, Tony Quesada. Ryan Duncan looking for his second goal of the night. Duncan from the corner. Throws it through the slot, nobody home. Stafford plays it off the boards. Holy Cross trying to clear. Landry fanned on that clearing attempt. Now finally getting it out is Pierre Nappert-Fournette. The Crusaders will make a line change here. Just underway, period number 2.
So you can see North Dakota, as soon as they get that puck, they're trying to turn it up. Holy Cross throwing it out in that neutral zone, kind of hoping a little bit, hoping something happens, but North Dakota able to get that puck and turn it right back up. A transition game, very good for North Dakota.
From out of the corner, McGregor drives it back other side. Finley from a shallow angle sent it toward the net, broken up. Blair Bartlett can't clear the zone. The big 6'7" defenseman Finley holds it in.
Well, North Dakota, they're throwing those defensemen in a little bit. Holy Cross got to figure out trying to break out. Quick going up the sideboards. Maybe come up the middle a little bit, try and open the ice up for yourself.
Here along the half wall, Watkins takes a swat at it. Ryland Kite there for North Dakota. But Dale Reinhardt will start it back for the Crusaders. He'll play it in. Again, a change behind for the Crusaders, held in on the right point by Rob Godfrey. Rolls it around near corner. Three-player scrum for it. It comes loose for Bartlett. His shot from the near wing. Save made. Held in at the point. A drive. Damn shot got through to Parise. He's able to make the stop.
And we're seeing a rare mistake right there from North Dakota, trying to fire it up the boards, unable to break it out. Holy Cross forwards doing a good job keeping the puck in and getting an opportunity off the turnover.
Third line out there now for the Crusaders. Cal St. Denis across the blue. Sends a shot on Parise. Here's a one-timer for Marty Dams that sails wide. Now Zach Jones from the near corner. Overskated by Perpick. Loose in the circle. Settled down by Solikas. They score! Huge goal for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Matt Wary makes it 2-1.
Well, this is just an unbelievable shot right here by Matt Wary. He steps up. He's basically sitting on right about that hash mark at the top of the circle, and he lets a bomb go. Beats Jordan Parise. The thing is, there's a turnover here. North Dakota unable to get it out of the zone. You can see Holy Cross doing a great job. Too many guys looking to one player for North Dakota. And you got Matt Wary who steps up, gets that one-time rocket off, and beats Jordan Parise over the glove.
Matt Wary, his first goal of the season. It comes at the 3:07 mark of period number 2. And all of a sudden, we got a whole new ball game.
Well, and it's great. You see that, we talk about those third and fourth lines, and that's why those guys, you need them to get out there. You need them to make something happen like that.
Coming in, Spirko for Zajac. Zajac's shot blocked and deflected to the far corner. Landry checks Spirko up against the boards. Loose in that corner. Oshie takes a check. Now Landry again stapling his man against the end boards. Casada watching over his shoulder. Spirko looking for room to operate. Kicked away. Landry has it between his skates. Now it's Zajac. Zajac plays it back for Spirko. Coming up on the 4-minute mark of period number 2. Holy Cross has cut the Sioux lead in half. Now coming back, the Crusaders into the zone. A check thrown there, comes for Fogarty. Fourth line out there now. Lee checks Fogarty off the puck. It's for Oshie now. TJ Oshie plays it off the boards. Oshie took a big hit there from Brian Cole.
Well, Coach Pearl, I think, maybe changing his lines up a little bit because you got a little mixture with that #1 unit.
Oshie moving in. And his forehand shot, pad save by Casada. Held in at the line. Shot blocked by Pierre Nappert-Fournette. Got it ahead for Napo, taken back by the Sioux. From his own zone, it is Smavey. Rink-wide pass. Got it for Duncan from the circle. Shot goes wide right. Boy, he got that off quick.
Well, you can just see when he comes on that outside, he uses his feet. He uses his speed, keeps his feet moving. He gets that quick shot off. He does not let the goaltender get set.
Picking it up, James Sixsmith. Gets it to the UND line. Sixsmith dropping it back for Reinhardt. His shot goes wide. Been tipped out in front. Now next to the cage, gloving it, is Parise. We get a whistle with 14:41 to go. 2-1 North Dakota, but Holy Cross with a huge goal here in the second. West Regional Final in Grand Forks. Holy Cross and North Dakota. It's 2-1 Sioux with Jim Paradise. I'm Clay Matvick. Let's catch you up. Jonathan Toews got UND on the board early. 1:18 into the first period. Ryan Duncan followed it up with a power play goal for the Sioux. It was 2-0 after one. But here early on in the second period, Matt Wary heard from for the first time all season. Huge goal for the Crusaders to get back in this game.
Well, they needed to figure something way somehow to get back into it, and that's a perfect way to do it. A little turnover you get there, seeing that the Holy Cross now jumping in, getting a few more shots on net. Forward in this period, North Dakota only 2. So they've come out, they haven't just let up and given up. They're coming back here in battle and trying to get back into this hockey game.
Minnesota outshot Holy Cross 38-28 last night, but it didn't make a difference. Chance out in front, goes through the slot. They were looking to set up Dale Reinhardt. Tipped up out of play. 14:25 to go in the period as you take a look at Paul Pearl.
Well, you look at Coach Pearl, and this is a guy that really believes in his team. And you look at he's talking about a motto for this weekend, and he's saying we want to have something to do tomorrow. Last night he says now we do. Now he comes in after this period, and I think maybe he's thinking for another opportunity that, hey, maybe we're going to get on that bus tomorrow, get home, or get on the plane, because obviously they're not busting from here, but get back to practice.
I'm liking Paul Pearl. He's a quote machine. After the game last night, someone asked him, do you think that's the biggest upset in college hockey history? He said, you know, my history isn't what it should be.
Well, and he's so fun just to sit down with. You and I sat down with him for about an hour prior to this tournament. He's just a good guy, loves his kids, and he loves the game.
Played back out at center, settled down there by Cal St. Denis, got it ahead, driven right back in deep by the Sioux. This is going to be icing on Holy Cross. Meanwhile, Dave Hakstol a little more subdued in his second year as head coach of the Sioux, and of course took his team to the championship game where they lost to conference rival Denver 4-1 in the title game last night.
Well, and that's just the other side of the whole picture right here. We talk about Coach Pearl being out there, being everywhere. Hakstol this weekend just really not heard or seen him, but he's got a team. He's got so many leaders. He's basically at this point in the season, coaching's over. Let the guys do it.
Brian Lee, the defenseman, drives it in off the inboards. Wraparound chance there, save made Quesada. Another shot there from Chorney. And a pad save by Tony Quesada.
Well, Tyler Chorney jumping up into the play right there. He sees that opportunity. He sees that there's some open ice. He knows that he's got somebody behind him. He jumps up and gets a nice shot on net.
Tanner Fogarty got it to the net, taken back by the Sioux. Chorney tried to get it out of the zone. In the slot, picked up and taken out by Perpet. Ryland Kipe gets it to the line. Kipe with it again, and the Sioux skate in offside.
No, Ryland Kipe, this is a kid that last weekend had an unbelievable tournament. First 2 goals of his career last weekend in the WCHA Final 5. But you talk about the depth of this hockey team. You talk about number 1 line, number 2 line, this 3rd and 4th line. These guys are those guys that come out, they grind, and they'll make something happen for you night in and night out.
Ryland Kipe, a property of the Atlanta Thrashers. Hails from Wilcox, Saskatchewan. A lot of Canadians on this University of North Dakota team. Obviously, Grand Forks fairly close to Winnipeg, and some of the talent up in that area. Of course, we talked about Jonathan Taves earlier tonight. He's a native of Winnipeg. Matt Watkins from Saskatchewan. Travis Zajac, he's also from Winnipeg.
Well, you look at the different rosters, the different teams coming in here. You look at Minnesota last night. You look at Holy Cross here tonight. You know, Minnesota having a lot of guys from the Minnesota area. You got Holy Cross, a lot of guys from out east. You got North Dakota, a lot of guys crossing over to that border. Play for the North Dakota Fighting Sioux.
Matt Smavey. Sioux able to get it out. Driven right back in. Smavey again, headman pass. Got it to Spirko. Spirko plays it in behind. Quesada leaves it back there for Burke. It went airborne. Burke thrown out in front. Holy Cross able to get it to the line. Now Oshie off the turnover, moving in. Oh, and he's pulled down out in front of the net, and there will be a penalty.
Well, TJ Oshie, just a turnover on that blue line. You cannot afford to do that.
Delayed penalty coming up on Holy Cross. Empty net. Extra attacker on, and now we finally get the whistle. So a power play coming up for the Sioux. They've got a 2-1 lead, 12:05 to play, second period. 2-1 North Dakota. And a penalty here on Holy Cross as the Fighting Sioux will go back on power play. It's a tripping call,
well,
and it's going to go against Matt Burke.
You talk about those turnovers right there on the blue line. You got to get the puck out of the zone right there. Holy Cross turns the puck over. James Bubba Sixsmith does not have a little problem with it. TJ Oshie standing right there. He gets on his stick, turns it around quick, drives to the net, and draws the tripping call.
Smavey at the top on the one time. Blocked out in front. North Dakota on power play here tonight. This is their third attempt. One power play goal already this evening. Power play scored by Ryan Duncan at the 15-16 mark of period number 1. Get it up top here for Radke. Kyle Radke. Duncan. Back up Radke. He tees it up. Shot and the save made by Quesada.
Well, you know what you like about this power play is you get the big Smavey, number 27. Sometimes he's on the point. He gets a big one-time shot, but then all of a sudden they come down the next time. He ends up right in front of the net on top of that goaltender with the big screen for his partner and Radke to get the shot.
Draw coming out in front of Quesada to his left. Landry checked off the puck. Comes to Oshie. Now played up top for Lee. Chorney. Oshie gets it to Chorney, and his shot blocked out in front. Stepping in front of that shot was Chris Travato out there on the penalty kill here for the Crusaders.
Yeah, you can see the Crusaders doing a little different job than what they did last night.
One-timer there, and Oshie's shot is blocked again. Doesn't get to its target.
They're just not as aggressive, not coming that hard, so now you got North Dakota just trying to work it around the perimeter.
Oshie skates it back up top, high in the slot. Drops it down, shot off the side of the net. Brian Lee's shot got through, but it hit the side of the cage.
Well, this was great about the power play in this unit. I mean, you got the defenseman jumping into the play. Each guy can move anywhere on that power play and get an opportunity.
Spirko. Oshie looking for the rebound, played in behind. Spirko with it now. 13 seconds to go in this power play. Chorney up top for Lee. Has Spirko down on the wing. Spirko now off the wing boards. Shot from Lee. Rebound goes wide.
Tony Quesada making that first save.
Crusaders back at full strength. Spirko throwing it down, looking for Oshie to the right of Quesada. And now Burke is able to get it out. But 4 shots in that power play for the Sioux. A very effective power play. They got some looks, but they just weren't able to capitalize on those looks.
Well, I think Tony Quesada, you can see, seeing the puck a little bit better. He gets good eye on it there, moves over, although maybe didn't see that one very well, but he's in good position. He's a big kid. He can move from right to left, back and forth very well. Then he gets into that butterfly style and makes some nice saves.
Off the draw, Pierre Nappert through net, lugs it up. Got a pass ahead for Sixsmith. He takes a check at the line from Smavey. Loose out in front of the Crusaders bench. And now we get a whistle and a stoppage with 9:42 to go here in period number 2. ESPN2's coverage of the Frozen Four begins on April 6th, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central, with coverage of the national semifinal games. For a preview of the men's ice hockey championships, visit ncaasports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. So Holy Cross back at full strength. They have scored the only goal of this period. 2-1 North Dakota. Holy Cross would love to pull another upset here tonight. As much history as they made last night, they would be doing exactly the same thing here tonight. Because again, very big underdogs.
Well, I like the way they come out in the second period with the forecheck. They're doing a much better job of getting the puck in, getting on top of the North Dakota defenseman. That first period, they were kind of throwing around and just hoping. Now they're laying in and softly in the corner. They're able to get there and get the body.
Trying to fight around to check Matt Wary, and Wary is dragged down. Holy Cross is going to go on power play.
No, and this is that unit that we're talking about, basically the third line, and Matt Wary, St. Denis, and these guys come out. They do a good job. They lay it in softly. They get a couple guys going. That first forechecker goes very hard, and he actually gets drawn down here. They're beating the North Dakota defenseman right now to the puck, and it's paying off for them.
So Holy Cross will get to go back on power plays. You see Zach Jones, in the box. So far in this tournament, Holy Cross just 1 for 11 with the man advantage. Shot from Godfrey deflected in front. I think it hit the skate of Blair Bartlett out in front of the crease. Here's Godfrey, another drive from the point, and the save made and played over to the far wall. Trying to center it out in front. North Dakota able to clear. Coming back shorthanded. This is perfect. Trying to move around the defenseman. Can't do it. Holy Cross comes back the other way. McGregor hits the line. He falls down. Played back out at center. Reinhardt back into the North Dakota zone. Finley is able to clear. Got it to Zajac. Zajac checked off the puck there. Played back in deep to the right of Quesada.
Well, this penalty kill for North Dakota, not only do they do a good job in that defensive zone, but you know, every time they're out there, they're thinking offensively a little bit, trying to get some opportunities shorthanded.
Minute to go in the penalty time. McGregor is shot through a screen. Save made by Parise. Held in here by Burke. Top of the circle. Wrist one off. And Parise bottles it up. 7:39 to go. 49 seconds to go in the Jones penalty time. So the Holy Cross power play, again, not all that effective in the 2 games thus far. They've had several cracks with the man advantage. They would love to break one through here, tie this game up.
So they're starting to get a little more shots on net. They're moving the puck around very well. They're waiting for their opportunities. You can see how North Dakota becoming a little more aggressive in that defensive zone. But Holy Cross doing a good job in slowing it down a little bit, trying to make those tic-tac-toe passes, as we saw them do last night when they got that big goal in the beginning of that hockey game against Minnesota.
If Parise broke a stick, he broke one last night. Perhaps did it again here tonight. Get him a new one. Landry got it to Burke. Burke angles it back in deep in the North Dakota zone. The Sioux able to fire it back out. 35 seconds to go in the Jones penalty. Crusaders regroup deep in their own end. Burke will start it ahead. James Sixsmith back for Burke. Played to the North Dakota line. Now here comes Sixsmith. Tried to drop it back for Napo. Poked into the corner. Now Landry at the point. Has his cross-ice pass intended for Burke. Poked away by Zajac.
And North Dakota doing a good job in that neutral zone.
Here's Spirko shorthanded. And it was poke checked away in the slot. And the Sioux back at full strength. 3 shots on goal for Holy Cross in that power play. Nothing comes out of it. So they're 1 for 11 in this tournament.
And they're going to have to try and get somebody on that power play on top of the goaltender. Jordan Parise, he's going to see that puck. He's going to make that save. And with the big guys from North Dakota, that big defensive core, they're going to clear it out. You got to try and get somebody to get some rebounds.
Holy Cross now actually 1 for 12 as Radke sends a wrister from the point. Here in the near corner, running it down. Pierre Nappert for net, turns it over. Duncan tried to move toward the net. Now he has it behind. Duncan. Backhand shot, save made by Quesada. And cleared out of there by Salikas.
Well, right there, that line again, and Duncan, Taves, and Staff are doing a great job down below, cycling the puck. Holy Cross just kind of waiting, giving them the opportunity, and you better be careful with that group because you don't want to give them too much time and space.
Ryland Kite gets it off for Kozik. Kozik from the near wall sent it wide. And this will be icing on Holy Cross. So we have a timeout with 5:28 to go here in the second period. The Sioux up by 1.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Jordan Parise from the University of North Dakota, and you're watching NCAA men's hockey.
2-1 North Dakota on top of Holy Cross with 5:28 to go in period number 2. Last night, he was needed a lot by the Sioux. 34 saves in the win over Michigan.
No, and he had a great game last night, just stepping up tonight. You can see 12 saves so far here in this hockey game, but he's had a couple key saves, especially on that penalty kill.
He had 21 saves against Holy Cross in that 3-0 shutout victory back in 04. And last year in the NCAA tournament, he was the East Region MVP. Last year he beat BU and BC in the East Region.
Well, this is a kid that's a leader. I mean, you sit and you listen to him, you sit and watch him around the locker room, watch around his line. You watch the way he communicates on the ice. It's like having a third defenseman out back there.
He is tied with Brian Elliott of Wisconsin for the top save percentage in the nation coming into this game here tonight. Here's Taylor Chorney to get it ahead for Perpick. Perpick plays it into the Holy Cross Crusaders zone, going back to get it. Marty Dams. Dams a headman pass intended for Reinhardt. It's out of his reach. The North Dakota zone, here's Oshie. Travis Zajac. Zajac has it taken away by Bartlett. Bartlett checked off the puck by Chorney. McGregor comes in. Now a penalty coming up here. And this is going to go against Holy Cross. So the Sioux with the 1-goal lead and a man advantage coming up, but the Crusaders hanging around. North Dakota leading 2-1. Holy Cross, he's shorthanded here. Cross-checking penalty on Blair Bartlett.
Well, Blair Bartlett stepping up in that neutral zone. He does a good job trying to pick the puck off and trying to turn things around. Just gets a little too involved and gets a cross-check called on.
The Sioux 1 for 3 on power play tonight. Shots now 24-13 in favor of the Sioux. Coming up on the 16-minute mark of the second period. The Sioux setting up. Here's Smaby. Radke back to Smaby. On the left wing, Stafford turns it over, and Matt Burke able to kill some time on this penalty kill for the Crusaders.
No, I don't know if Drew Stafford is trying to go a little reverse there and get that winger to step up and beat him. But down the power play, that's the things you want to do. You want to try and create 2-on-1 opportunities out there for you yourselves on the ice. Take advantage of that extra man in the zone.
And that's where Minnesota failed last night. They went 0 for 7 on the power play against this Crusaders team. Let them hang around, and they got bitten.
Well, and you got to give Holy Cross a lot of credit because they came out and did a good job.
Another clear there by McGregor. And he gets a hit for his efforts as TJ Oshie lays him out. Now here's Oshie across the line. Has a little room, gets it to Zajac. Now back for Oshie. 44 seconds to go in the man advantage. A shot over the top of the net from TJ Oshie. He has a quick wrist. And cleared out of the zone.
Well, he does a good job right there, stepping into that top of the circle, trying to get the goaltender off guard a little bit. You know, so many times the goaltender can watch the pass go from place to place to place. Oshie kind of fakes that pass and then goes with that quick snapshot. He's got to hit the net.
Here's a look from our end zone camera. Casada able to see it the whole way, but had it been on target, that might have found the back of the net.
Well, you see those two guys kind of converging on Oshie coming across there, so he gets a little screen off not only the defenseman but the winger, but he does do a good job. You see how he comes out of that corner and he keeps his feet moving. And when you got a goaltender moving back and forth, it's so important to keep your feet moving, because once that goaltender sets up and once you slow your feet down, he can set up on you and make an easier save.
20 seconds to go in this North Dakota power play. Here's Jonathan Taves, centering pass, looking for Stafford. Stafford scores! I believe Matt Smaby is going to get credit for this goal. Regardless, it's 3-1 North Dakota.
Well, it looked like that you had Stafford coming around doing a good job controlling the puck, and you get that big kid in number 27, Matt Smaby, that defenseman, 6'7", in front of the net. Stafford battles a little bit right there. I think the rebound basically just pops out there. Smaby uses that big piece of lumber, just takes a swat at Cody Casada, not set, not in position, beats him 5-hole.
We'll wait for confirmation, but it appears that Matt Smaby has scored his 4th goal of the season. One of the captains on this Fighting Sioux squad, a native of Minneapolis. And the Sioux now firmly in the driver's seat with 2 minutes and change to go here in the middle period.
Okay, we talk about those special teams and how important it was for Holy Cross to stay out of the box. Last night, Holy Cross had 8 penalties last night. 6 of those were the obstruction holding. They had to stay out of the box here tonight, unable to do it right now. And the power play for North Dakota with 2 big goals.
The assists going to Taves and Stafford. Now for Taves on the night, a goal and 2 assists. So those second-line guys continue to pile up points here tonight.
Well, that second line tonight and last night, I mean, they just keep working, and it's great. They get out there, they're battling, but they are part of that big power play, part of that unit, and why that power play is so successful.
Duncan, Taves, Stafford now combined 7 points this evening. Got an icing. Minute 29 to go in the period. Matt Smaby, his 4th goal of the season. Here's another look.
Well, again, you can just see Matt Smaby standing in front of the net. He uses that big frame. He holds himself very well. His job, obviously, is to get on top of that goal tire, try and create a little congestion in there. Right there, though, he sees that loose rebound. He sees that puck sitting there, puts that stick out, just gets a good swat at it and beats Tony Quesada.
He's a big guy. He takes up a lot of space out in front. 6'5", 220 pounds, the most experienced defenseman for a talented group of blue liners here in Grand Forks. Jones, Chorney, Finley, Lee, and Radke, all underclassmen. Matt Smaby, the only one that is an upperclassman. He's a junior,
and
so he's
captain,
coming back.
And he's the captain of this team. You know, and again, we talk about the youth of this hockey team. We talk about the leadership, how these guys have stepped up as young guys. Junior captain.
Under a minute to go. Sioux come in. Here's Spirko trying to get a shot out through a screen. It's deflected into the mesh behind the net. Well, coming up in our second intermission, Mike Hall and Bob Norton will take a look at the Hobey Baker finalists from our NCAA Championship studios, plus highlights and analysis through 2 periods of play. That's all coming up in our second intermission. And of course, the Hobey Baker Award will be announced in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on April 7th. The day before the championship game. And he's fighting Sioux. Love to get back to that title game and avenge last season's title game loss to Denver. Last couple of seasons, Denver knocking North Dakota out of the national tournament. 27 seconds to go in the period. Holy Cross getting on the board here in period number 2, but it appears that the Sioux again will have a 2-goal lead going into the locker room.
Well,
Offside the call here with 14.8 to go.
Holy Cross got an opportunity. I mean, they're still in this hockey game. You still got 20 minutes. You go back, you regroup a little bit. That's why you got that whole coaching staff. You can go in there, you know, sit the guys down, say, hey, you know what? Got a little loose at the end of that period. We need to try and get back into it. Get out there, become a little more physical. Try and get on that forecheck, play some bodies, and get some shots out on net.
Final 10 seconds of the period. Zajac brings it in behind Parise. And that's going to do it. A comfortable lead here for the Sioux after 40 minutes.
Well, the way they're coming out and playing, the way they do everything in this performance, the way they perform tonight, they're going to be good with this lead.
So, a couple of power play goals for the Sioux here tonight. Again, special teams has been a factor.
Well, special teams, and then you look at the penalty kill for Holy Cross. I mean, it's a pretty good penalty kill, but I don't think they've been facing against guys, you know, a potent offensive threat and a potent power play like North Dakota. I mean, you get these guys out there, they move the puck so well. 2 goals for the power play right now for North Dakota. You gotta try and stay out of the box if you're Holy Cross.
Matt Smaby scoring a power play goal here for North Dakota. He's downstairs and joins us now. And Matt, a comfortable lead for you as you look forward to period number 3. I guess Matt is not with us yet, so we'll wait till he is. But again, Holy Cross, they got that goal early. It seemed like some momentum swung back in their direction and pulled within 1 goal. So that's exactly what they wanted to do, stay around for a while.
You know, the problem is North Dakota, every time Holy Cross gets an opportunity or gets a little jump, little momentum going, they throw one of those good lines out there. I shouldn't say they throw anybody out there right now, and they turn that momentum around. That's what's unbelievable about North Dakota right now. They're able to get out there, they're able to battle, but they play with so much emotion, and they just play with so much tenacity out there.
Drew Stafford is our guest downstairs. And Drew, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. You've got a 2-goal lead. Do you feel comfortable with the way things are going right now against this upstart team from Holy Cross?
Yeah, we feel pretty good about ourselves right now. Obviously, we have 20 minutes.
win the game, and they came out hard that period, obviously, and we took advantage of the power plays, obviously going 3 power play goals there. So I think we just need to bear down and finish the game.
Drew, it looks like things have been going pretty well for you. You've been injured a little bit. You had a couple weeks off, but you got right back into it, getting right back, scoring some goals, and actually getting some assists.
Yeah, well, I take a lot of credit to my my line mates there for helping me out. Trainers here did a great job of getting me back in the lineup. And playing with a guy like Johnny Taves and a guy like Ryan Duncan makes things a little bit easier.
All right, Drew, thank you very much. A goal and 2 assists for Drew Stafford so far tonight. His Fighting Sioux are on top of Holy Cross by a score of 3-1 after 40 minutes here in Grand Forks. Back in Grand Forks, the Sioux on top by a couple of goals as we get ready for period number 3. Jim Paradise, Clay Matvick back here at Ralph Engelstad Arena. And even though they have the 2nd best penalty kill in the country, you're playing with fire when you're playing with that North Dakota power play. A couple of power play goals here tonight for the Fighting Sioux.
Well, you can just see the way they move the puck. They get those opportunities right here. You got Taves comes around, does a good job using that big body of his, does a nice job stuffing the puck into the net. Then you got Taves again making a nice pass. We just get all the time to Duncan right there high in the slot. Nice quick one-timer to beat goaltender over the shoulder.
That was a power play goal by Duncan. Then Matt Wary answers back early in the 2nd period for Holy Cross. That kind of changed the complexion for a while.
Well, you had a little momentum there. Then you could see him walk in, but then right back at it. And that power play, get the bigs maybe in front of the net there. He gets a nice little swap at it, gets that power play goal.
Shots now 25-13 for North Dakota. Face-offs now have gone back in favor of the Fighting Sioux. That was going Holy Cross's way for a while, but is there a chance here that Holy Cross can do it again tonight? They're going to have to do it in come-from-behind fashion, though.
Well, they're going to have to. I mean, they're going to have to jump back. They're going to have to try to third things away, and they're going to have to pick up the momentum. You can see North Dakota starting to control the puck a little more, and Holy Cross sitting back a little too much.
All right, our 3rd period is coming up. After this, we're back in just a moment. 3-1 Fighting Sioux. The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota on their home ice here tonight in Grand Forks in the West Regional Final against 4-seed Holy Cross. The Cinderella story. Holy Cross knocking out Minnesota last night, hoping to do it again tonight, but the Sioux with a 3-1 lead as we look forward to period number 3. 21 NCAA tournament appearances for North Dakota, just the 2nd for the Holy Cross Crusaders. And the motto for Paul Pearl, head coach of the Crusaders, we want something to do tomorrow. Well, if they don't get at least a couple of goals here in the next 20 minutes, they're going to have nothing to do tomorrow.
Well, no doubt about it. They've got to pick it up a little bit. They've got to try and figure out a way to get some more shots on Jordan Parise.
Bringing it in is Sixsmith as our 3rd period is underway. Parise gazes over his shoulder as he watches the play now to his right. Held in at the point. Shot blocked out in front from Bianchi. Played to the far side. Now here's Zajac to bring it out of the zone. Travis Zajac will shovel it in. Holy Cross gets it right back out of neutral ice. Here is Napo. Overskates the puck. Turning it back to Sioux. Hitting the line is Taves. Taves throws it in front, looking for Duncan. That shot goes wide.
No, Duncan just unable to get a good enough stick on it right there. Taves does a nice job going wide, getting around that defender, making a nice pass with Duncan going hard to the net.
Back here at center. Gathered in by Brian Lee. Headman pass for Duncan. Comes in over the line. Drops it over for Taves. Backhand goes through the crease.
Well, again, these guys, you can see they get the Holy Cross throws it out in the neutral zone. North Dakota Sioux doing a great job though of turning around transition and getting some great opportunities out of it.
Blair Bartlett throws it up high in the slot. Matt Burke tried to get it under control, but the Sioux take it back. Taves will dump it in. Picked off by Watkins. Taken back by Holy Cross. Loose at center, driven in by Lee. Now here's Kite. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here of period number 3. Joe Finley in behind. Now from the corner, Kite leaves it back. Taken back there by Rob Godfrey. Play in behind Tony Casada. Casada's made some nice saves here tonight to keep his team in it. Watkins bringing it out, trying to wrap around. Poked here to the near side, taken out of the zone by Burke. Pass ahead at center. Trying to get it in as McGregor. Some choppy play here to start period number 3.
You can see both teams kind of just battling a little bit. Holy Cross, especially in that defensive zone, just ringing it around the boards, hoping that the puck gets out of the zone. Just not able to get any wingers in place to break that puck out.
Probably important here for Holy Cross to get one in early in this third period to have a chance.
Well, if they want to get back into it, there's no doubt they're going to have to make something happen early.
Cal St. Denis throws it in front. Matt Wary, his shot goes wide. Wary with the only goal here tonight for Holy Cross. Almost got a second.
Well, this unit coming out there, and Zekalis and Cal St. Denis, Matt Wary getting some opportunities. They get a good job. They dump the puck in. They get a good forecheck going. Little turnover, a little mishap by the defenseman for North Dakota, but it turns into a nice shot for Matt Wary.
The sophomore out of Regina got his first goal of the season earlier tonight. And this is a look at his last chance out in front of the Sioux net.
And you can see right there just a turnover, actually a nice pass right there, but behind the net, North Dakota struggling to get the puck out of the zone. You get the boys from the Holy Cross getting in a good position, finding some open ice, and Matt Wary finding himself right in that slot again. That's where he scored from last time. That time I didn't get as much wood on it as he did the first time for the goal.
Sioux able to clear it all the way down. This will be icing on North Dakota. 16:28 to play here in Grand Forks. This is the final game of the West Region Tournament. It's been a great tournament here, and the heroes of this tournament for the Fighting Sioux have been the second line guys, Taves, Duncan, and Stafford. 7 points combined tonight in the tournament, 12.
They had 5 points combined last night, as you can see there, but I mean, you get them some goals. The nice thing about these guys too, they're not only doing it 5-on-5, these guys getting involved on the power play and the penalty kill.
Sioux clear it out to neutral ice. Swiped in by Ryan Duncan, freshman out of Calgary, with a big night here again. Rob Godfrey. Backhand play out to center. Holy Cross gains the UND zone. Turned over. Chorney gets it back out. Lost it at the line. Now settled down and fired in by Marty Dams. The Crusaders make a line change here to get some fresh blades out on the sheet. Back come the Sioux. 15:40 to play. Here comes TJ Oshie with speed, trying to cut the corner around the defenseman Landry, but Landry drove him off.
Well, nice job by Landry right there, slowing him down a little bit. He gets himself, keeps his feet moving. He does a good job playing the body, getting in front of TJ Oshie, making sure that he doesn't get to the net.
Here's Landry out high. One-timer for Burke. That goes well wide. Loose in the corner. First one there is Zajac, and he is able to lift it out of the zone. But this is going to be icing on the Sioux. We've got a stoppage, 15-12 to play in the game. Let's take a break. 3-1 North Dakota. The Sioux 15-12 away from advancing to the Frozen Four for another year. Let's take a look at the NCAA tournament headlines. BC, a big win over rival BU earlier today, 5-0. That's the 6th time that those two schools have met this season.
You've got those guys into the right position. They're playing well at this time. And then you see Maine and Wisconsin with an opportunity to work themselves in Michigan State, playing some good hockey at this point of the season.
Wisconsin will meet Cornell in the next round. Wisconsin looking to get to the Frozen Four for the first time since '92. Play here in the UND zone. The Sioux up by 2. McGregor digs it free. Got it up to the line for Mark Bianchi, but now a whistle and a stoppage with 14:44 to go. ESPN2's coverage of the Frozen Four begins on April 6th, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central, with coverage of the national semifinal games. For a preview, of the hockey championships. Visit ncaasports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Zach Jones going off for cross-checking. So Holy Cross back on the power play. They score! And Holy Cross is back in this game again.
Oh, a nice job by those guys stepping up into the play right now. You can see they get that opportunity. They get that face-off in the zone. The puck, they win the draw back. The puck gets to the net. You can see North Dakota's kind of scrambling around a little bit, and these guys just jump on top of it. They got so many guys. You got a good job in Reinhardt getting that draw back. Boom, you can see McGregor misses the net. Nobody really sure where the puck is. Jordan Parise is so far out of the net right there, he's unable to get back into the net to make the save. Unfortunately, or actually fortunately for Tyler McGregor, he actually missed the net. And here you got, I believe it's Reinhardt, yes, and you can see the 14th stepping in there with a wide open net and the power play goal.
Second goal of the tournament for Dale Reinhardt. He got the first of the game last night for Holy Cross. Some lively end boards here at Ralph Engelstad Arena. That bounced out right in front.
Well, it's amazing how that thing came to come off the boards.
Here's a chance for Tanner Fogarty, and his shot blocked by Parise.
Well, it's interesting that Coach Pearl right now, he's putting that fourth unit right out there. I mean, usually you get a goal, you want to try and get one of those top lines out there, make sure you get the momentum going. Coach Pearl believes in all his players. He's giving that unit an opportunity to try and make something happen and get right back into that offensive zone.
Now they're actually going to credit Blair Bartlett with the goal, number 12 for Holy Cross. And a penalty here. And this is actually going to go against the Crusaders. So now the Fighting Sioux will have a power play as we take a look at that last chance by Tanner Fogarty.
Oh, and a good job by this fourth unit getting out there. You can see Fogarty gets an opportunity, diving for the puck, gets a nice little chip shot on Jordan Parise. Parise good and far out of the net right there, does a good job positionally. And then you get a turnaround, and I believe that actually is going to be the captain, Tyler McGregor, going into the box for Holy Cross.
McGregor in the box, and North Dakota back with the man advantage. We still are waiting for confirmation on that goal, but we think that they've changed it to Blair Bartlett.
Well, there were so many guys in front of that net right there. They're just swinging their sticks, and I thought that I saw Dale Reinhardt coming in there with that open net. But with Bartlett on that line, McGregor right there, all three of those guys doing a good job getting to the front of the net.
Here's Zoshi for Lee. Step shot, score! It might have been deflected in front, but Brian Lee with the wrist shot from out high makes it 4-2 Sioux.
Oh, just a power play again. We talk about special teams in a hockey game. Talk about special teams at this time of the season. Unfortunately, right there, Holy Cross does a great job getting back into it. But again, unfortunately, they get that power, or they get the penalty kill. Give that power play for North Dakota an opportunity. You see the big Brian Lee just throwing it to net. He's got some guys off to the side, and whether or not this one gets tipped, it's going to be interesting. I think right there you can see the big Mike Perfect right there getting a piece of it with his stick for the tip in goal.
North Dakota now 3 for 5 tonight on power play. And they are going to give it to Brian Lee.
Well, I'm 0 for 2 on this. Maybe it's because we're so high up here. But
I still think Reinhardt got that goal for Holy Cross.
I agree.
We'll wait to get confirmation on that.
Well, I still think Perfect got the goal on that power play. But either way, the power play special teams for both these teams stepping up. Unfortunately, Holy Cross giving the power play for North Dakota another opportunity.
We're going to have a face-off out in front of Casada as the Sioux have regained a 2-goal cushion with 12:47 to play, third period. We've requested another look at that Holy Cross goal, and I'm sure we will be seeing this Brian Lee goal another time or two here tonight. And you decide. Played up here to the point. Mark Bianchi tries to get it in deep. Sioux take it back. Here's Zajac. Hits Oshie at the line. Oshie moving around the defenseman. Shot. Oh, what a save by Quesada. And he's got it in his glove to stop play.
Oh, welcome to the big time right there. You look at TJ Oshie coming down. He's got this place going crazy, and rightfully so. Big save by Tony Quesada. TJ Oshie uses that speed, drives wide. He does a little toe drag, walks around the defenseman, just making a great save. I mean, a great play to hold the puck. You can see the patience that he has trying to get there. Tony Quesada is 6'2", big kid. He lays that body out, and he gets a pad on it.
This crowd came to its feet, and a round of applause came out. Now it's loose out in front again. And I'm not so sure if the applause was for Oshie and the move or the save by Quesada. I think they just appreciated the effort from the Holy Cross goaltender.
Well, Tony Quesada actually had this crowd on his side last night and did a great job. Made a huge save right there to keep Holy Cross closer.
Frozen in the corner, and we'll get a stoppage with 11:47 to go. The Sioux back on top by 2.
Welcome back. I'm Tony Quesada, a senior goaltender from Holy Cross, and you're watching Men's Division I Ice Hockey.
Tony Quesada with a big save just before that last time out. 4-2 our score. Time winningest goaltender in Holy Cross history.
Tony Quesada, don't call me quesadilla, as he said to us, but what a weekend he's had. He's actually stepped up here tonight, and I think played a little better hockey game tonight because he's had to been challenged a little more, made some bigger saves.
Here's a chance for Ryan Duncan coming back. Duncan throws it out in front, and moving in was Taves, but it was broken up by the Crusaders. And Duncan said last night he wasn't challenged as much as he expected to be challenged by the Gophers. He's been challenged here tonight.
Well, he has been, and I mean, Tony Quesada, he's stepping into the play. You can see him moving, and maybe at the beginning of that game, not mentally into it as much as we'd have liked to, but he's come on here towards the end of the hockey game.
Here's a turnover. Sioux coming back, 2-on-1 shot, loose behind Quesada. They score! We believe it's Chris Porter getting the 5th goal of the game for the University of North Dakota.
Well, Chris Porter, he gets an opportunity to step into that play. And this is a guy that hasn't been talked about. I think they're going to take a look at this one.
Yep,
go to the
review
because there's so many guys bailing into the net. But Chris Porter, right there, Porter, you can see him in the neutral zone, loses his glove. He steps, takes it, just a great one-timer. Quesada having problems with it, makes that first save. And then it looks like somebody coming in late there can kind of see that the stick here, he makes a nice save, but then the rebound kind of falls down his back, and there's a second stick coming in from behind. You cannot see the number of who comes in there.
Here's another look from the end zone camera. That's Porter with the shot. Quesada made the stop, and he didn't know where the rebound had gone. It was loose behind him.
And if this goal is going to go to anybody, it's going to go to number 20, Matt Watkins, because Watkins you can see coming in from behind. You can see the turnover here. Porter does a great job, turns it around, but you can see Matt Watkins coming in right from behind him, and I think he gets a piece of it. Now the thing is going to be, was the Holy Cross defenseman pushed into the net? If he was by the North Dakota Sioux forward, this one could come back.
So the goal under review. And it counts. In case you didn't know where this game was being played tonight, we're in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
My headset just popped off my ears.
Look at Porter. He's without a glove on his left hand. It came off his hand at center ice. So Watkins gets the goal Porter, the primary assist.
And you talk about the depth of this hockey team. Here it is, the third unit coming out. Chris Porter, Matt Watkins, Rylan Kipe. They do an unbelievable job in the neutral zone. Nice job after the turnover, transition and turning it around. Porter gets a great one-time shot off. And then you got two guys barreling into the net for the rebounds.
An even strength goal for the Fighting Sioux after 4 power play goals tonight. They get an even strength goal.
It's something we haven't seen from them really all weekend, but it's amazing that we haven't, because the way these guys have been playing 5-on-5 has been pretty impressive.
I said 4, I meant 3 power play goals tonight for the Fighting Sioux. There's Stafford. Oh, he didn't get all the wood he wanted on that shot. In fact, he broke his stick. Stafford goes back to the bench for another one. He'll jump back into the play, but we've got a stoppage here with 10:09 to go. We got a penalty coming up. As we're in Grand Forks, North Dakota, the West Regional Final. Holy Cross and the Sioux. Jim Paradise, Clay Matfin. 10:09 to go, 5-2. North Dakota. Sioux in their white and black. Holy Cross in purple and white. And a penalty here on North Dakota. It's going to be a roughing call on Kyle Radke. So Holy Cross with a chance to get back in it here again. So go back on the power play.
You know, and that's why I like watching North Dakota do it. I mean, this is the type of team that they're going to take some penalties. They're going to take some good ones. They're not going to be the obstruction holding. It's going to be the roughing.
Landry threw it out in the slot. Was looking for Sean Napo. That just failed to clip. Comes back all the way down. Under 10 minutes to go now. By the way, a clerical issue here. Travis Zajac credited with that 4th North Dakota goal. It was initially thought to be Brian Lee's, but they have given it to Zajac.
Well, and you could see on that Zajac going to the net. You standing in front. Brian Lee does a good job taking that nice little wrister, not getting the shot block. It gets to the net. Zajac standing in there with a nice tip.
Loose top of the circle and turned out of the zone by North Dakota. It was Chris Porter to get it out.
And Holy Cross got to try and get that puck in a little deeper. They're doing a good job coming up out of that defensive zone into the neutral zone, but throw it in, get some guys on it. They're turning it up a little too early. North Dakota doing a good job holding that gap and able to get the puck and turn it up, throw it out.
Back out again. A minute to go in Holy Cross's 4th power play of the night. Their only goal of the evening coming on power play. Under 9 minutes to go in the game now. 3rd straight year that the Fighting Sioux have been in a regional championship game. Like last year, trying to get to the Frozen Four. McGregor sent it toward the net, broken up by Chorney. He tried to clear the zone, couldn't do it. Held in here, set up, Dams. Gets it across, Godfrey's shot, blocked out in front. Dams trying to regroup. Oh, held the zone, but barely. Kicks it along the wall. Chorney able to shovel it back out. Here come the Sioux back the other way, shorthanded. 10 minutes to go in the power play for Holy Cross.
The defenseman right now on that power play trying to do too much with the puck. They're standing there, not moving it, not using the puck movement to their advantage. Standing on top, and North Dakota doing a great job stepping up.
Radke out of the box, back into the play. The Sioux back at full strength. Oshie fighting around a check. Gets back on his skates, throws it in front for Taves. Oh, loose in the slot and cleared out.
Jonathan Taves right there has an opportunity basically for a wide open net right there. He hangs on to it a little too long. Then he decides to make that extra pass. Maybe too many passes that time.
Back to 5-on-5. Taves throws it out in front again. Duncan was lurking. Held in by Kite. Throws it toward the net, knocked down. Loose here along the wall, driven back in deep. Landry goes back to get it. Starts it ahead, dragged down, and a penalty coming up on North Dakota. And that's not a smart penalty if you're Dave Hakstol.
Well, you got a good job. You got to give John Landry a lot of credit moving his feet coming out of that zone.
Taking a look at the goals by period. North Dakota jumped out to the 2-0 lead in the first period. Here's what's gone on in the third period. Power play goal by Blair Bartlett. Travis Zajac the tip out in front. Answering back for the Sioux. Matt Watkins with an even strength goal. It was reviewed, but they counted it.
Well, every time Holy Cross has stepped up and tried to get a goal, tried to get their momentum back into this hockey game, North Dakota has come back with an answer.
Holy Cross on power play. They need something here if they're going to stay in this game and make a run with 7:02 to go. John Landry holds it in at the line, gets it down for James Sixsmith. Here's Sixsmith on the half boards, trying to throw it out in front. Stepping in front of that pass and clearing it all the way down, Drew Stafford.
And on that, again, on that power play, you got to try and move it down a little bit. Work out of the corners. They're doing a great job. North Dakota's doing a great job of getting those forwards on top of those defensemen. There's no room out there. Change it up a little, work it behind the net, trying to make something else happen.
Landry brings it in, throws it up top. Holy Cross trying to set up on this man advantage. Time working against them now. The Cinderella story may be about ready to come to an end. This one caught up in the equipment. We're going to have a face-off out in front of Parise. North Dakota poised to go to another Frozen Four. They've won the national championship 7 times. They've been a runner-up 5 times.
So I'll tell you what, I like the way this team looks right now. The way they're playing at this time of the season, the young guys that they've got stepping up, the goaltending, they got a complete package and a good opportunity to get there again.
Crowd starting to feel it too. They've been behind the Sioux both nights here. Beautiful building for college hockey. It holds just under 12,000 fans, and they're almost all clad in green.
Marble floors all over the place.
Palace on the Plains.
It's
Ralph Engelstad Arena.
It's impressive. I mean, all the seats, leather seats. It's a beautiful place. I mean, if you ever get a chance to come up to North Dakota to watch a college hockey game, this is unbelievable.
Play at center ice. Chance for Spirko as he gains the zone. Decides to just dump it in. There's Zajac to play for North Dakota. Overskates the puck. Holy Cross able to bring it back. Here's McGregor. Hits the line, picked up by Chorney, driven to the outside. Held in at the line by Godfrey. Shot, Bartlett. I think that hit the pipe.
I think that hit the cage. The pipe on the mask, I believe, was a.
Oh, it hit his mask. I knew I heard something.
Yeah, you definitely heard metal, but I think it was the metal pipe on the front of the cage. Jordan Parise doing a great job. He comes out of the net. You get, yeah, no doubt. And actually, I think it hits him right in the cage, comes down and hangs onto the rebound. And solid.
I knew I heard something, but it was his mask. Holy Cross still on power play for 10 more seconds. Parise a save there. And the power play is over. The Sioux back at full strength, and that might just about do it.
Well, I mean, if you get those opportunities on the power play, you're down by a couple goals, you've got to take advantage of it. Right there, Holy Cross just unable to. Had a couple of nice shots and a nice scoring chances, but unable to convert.
Shot from the point, Mark Bianchi. And getting it down all the way, Perpick. Fresh legs on the ice now for the Sioux. Here's TJ Oshie. Jonathan Taves spun around at the line, stays with it, plays it in deep. Cal St. Denis there for Holy Cross. Now here's Mark Bianchi. Got it up along the wall, looking to get it out. Matt Wary. They do to center. Loose at the line, picked up again by Wary. 4:18 to play. 5-2 North Dakota. Ready to move on to Milwaukee. Thrown out in front. Oh, TJ Oshie sent one over the top of the net.
A nice job by Holy Cross getting back into it. They leave him there in the high slot. That's one guy you don't want to let stand there too long. The defender from Holy Cross getting back, I think, just in time to get a little hook onto the stick.
Taves backhand. Oshie spinning around. His shot stopped by Quesada. Wheeling around in the slot. Oshie almost scored there. Holy Cross's Cinderella run just about to come to an end. North Dakota on top by 3 goals late in this hockey game. Back at the West Regional Finals in Grand Forks. Quite a night last night. Everybody back in Worcester took notice. The whole college hockey world took notice as the Crusaders upset top seed in this region, Minnesota, in overtime.
Oh, that's a fun thing about college sports. I mean, you see those every now and then, but that one last night has to be the biggest upset in college hockey history.
Nappert Fournette from the line drives it in. He's one of the seniors on this Holy Cross Crusaders team. Most likely playing his last game as a college hockey player here tonight. Marty Dams brings it out of his own zone at center. Frustrated from behind by Oshie. Played to the far wall and in deep. Coming up on the 17-minute mark. Matt Watkins hits the line with speed, drops it back, looking for Kozik, broken up. Loose in the circle, picked up by Godfrey. Backhand pass ahead at center. McGregor picked up at the line. Blair Bartlett angling in, shot out in front, looking for Dale Reinhardt camping out on the doorstep. Another shot goes wide. Holy Cross not giving up here.
Well, they realize they only got a few minutes left, and they're coming out. They're battling really hard. They're doing a great job coming in that offensive zone and getting some shots on net.
A senior-laden team for Holy Cross this year. 7 seniors. 82 wins in 4 years. A school record. And, of course, the biggest win coming last night.
Well, I mean, 2 NCAA tournament appearances for these guys. I mean, they've stepped up. They've given their school not only, obviously, a huge academic school. I mean, these guys are incredible the way they go into classes. And the pre-meds and the pre-laws that are coming out of this team. But I'll tell you what, they're putting their school on the map for hockey also.
In fact, Pierre Nappert Fournette, instead of going on to play hockey like a lot of these players in this tournament will or might, he's got a job waiting for him on Wall Street.
Well, and that's a reality. I mean, you look at these 2 programs right now. You look at North Dakota, you look at Holy Cross. The reality of things right now is, hey, you got some different goals. Nappert Fournette coming in, financial analyst. You got guys on North Dakota that got goals of playing in the National Hockey League.
They'll need financial.
That's it. They may need. Maybe handing out your business card after this hockey game. There's a little help.
Under 2 minutes to go. Fans coming to their feet, giving these Fighting Sioux a huge show of support. As they know their Sioux will be going to Milwaukee to play in a Frozen Four again. Their 16th in team history.
You think there'll be any green jerseys in Milwaukee?
Oh, good luck keeping them away. Zajac angles it back into the Holy Cross zone. It's Ralph Engelstad crowd. Almost 12,000 strong. Parise whips it around the end boards. Oshie now picks it up for the Fighting Sioux. Plays it out of his zone. Back out at center. It's Dams sending it right back in. A minute to go. 16 Frozen Fours. This will be number 16.
Well, you know what's impressive about not only this school, but the fans of this place is there were seats that were left over from teams that left, and there's not an empty seat in this building right now. They must have been standing out front waiting for their ticket to get into this place.
The Fighting Sioux won the WCHA Tournament Championship in St. Paul last weekend. The other 3 times they have won that tournament championship, they have gone on to win a national championship. We'll see if that's the case here in 2006.
And I truly believe they got what it takes right now. They got great goaltending. They've got some forwards that can play unbelievable. But something that we have not talked about a lot right now is the defensive core for the North Dakota Fighting Sioux. These guys, they got good size. They move their feet well. They know what it takes to get it done. And then you look at Jordan Parise right there again, one of the best goaltenders in the country. He's arguably right now the best goaltender in the country, and he is on his game.
The big story, or one of the big stories for North Dakota so far in this regional. Special teams. They were 5 for 9 on power play in this region.
And one with the penalty last night with a shorthanded goal also. So special teams, no doubt about it. And when you get into this next round, you get to that Frozen Four, you're going to end up against some teams that are playing as well as you. So those special teams are going to be so important.
And of course, the goaltending of Jordan Parise, so solid, so smooth and confident.
Well, he's just so confident. I mean, you talk to the kid before the hockey game, you talk to him, and he's just such a leader.
Nappert for net, a drive, and it goes wide. Again, the senior's not giving up. 1.1 second to go.
And Jordan Parise showing his ability right there to try and slow things down. Not that he needed to at this point in the hockey game, but he shows how he can play this game. He communicates. Coach Hakstol getting a good look at his goaltender, saying, "Hey, Jordan, good job. Slow it down a little bit. Let's get out of here. Let's get a little celebration into it, and then concentrate on what we have next."
The University of North Dakota is going to Milwaukee. They get their nation-leading 29th win of the season here tonight. Congratulations to the Holy Cross Crusaders. What a great season they had. Also setting a school record in wins. There's head coach Paul Pearl. He's going to hold his head high. 27 wins this season, and of course that huge upset last night over the Golden Gophers of Minnesota.
And I think you're going to give Holy Cross a lot of credit. They did. They competed. They did a great job. They came in here, did what they were unexpected to do.
North Dakota 5, Holy Cross 2. In the final here in the West. We'll take a break and wrap this one up when we come back. North Dakota 5, Holy Cross 2. As the Sioux get a win here tonight in the West Regional Championship game on their home ice. They will celebrate here tonight in Grand Forks. And then think about the Frozen Four in Milwaukee coming up in a couple of weekends.
And that's what's impressive about this team. They won last week in the WCHA Final Five, but they knew they had bigger and better things to come. Tonight they come in and win here. Going to be able to sit back, enjoy it a little bit, but they got bigger things to come right after this.
It's a good question. How long does this celebration last? Because now they have to look ahead to a very good Boston College team. We saw what Boston College did to a good BU team today, shutting them out 5-0.
Well, they know what they got ahead of them, and you know the celebration is probably going to be tonight because that coaching staff, knowing these guys, knowing Coach Hakstol and his crew, they're going to be right after it, getting into the tape, finding out what it's going to take to get them to do another national championship.
All right, let's go through it. A recap of the goal scoring here tonight. We start in the first period. North Dakota getting on the board early at the 118 mark. Jonathan Taves, even strength. Then a power play goal from Ryan Duncan. His 16th of the season at 15-16. 2-0 Sioux after one. Then Holy Cross gets on the board.
You get Holy Cross stepping up right here. You get a little turnover, but they're trying to get back into it with a nice shot there from Matt Waby.
Here's Matt Smaby, the power play goal for North Dakota at 17-23.
Matt Smaby getting in front of the net there. He's got that big frame, doing a good job just doing what he has to do.
Blair Bartlett, a power play goal for Holy Cross. They're back in it. It's 3-2. Then in the third period, Travis Zajac, another power play goal for the Sioux. His 17th goal of the year, a tip in out in front. Matt Watkins, an even strength goal at 9:03. It's kind of the nail in the coffin. 5-2, the final here tonight. So the Fighting Sioux, a lot of folks predicted that they might win this thing just because of the way that they were playing down the stretch here in the regular season and the way that they played at the WCHA Final Five in St. Paul. And of course, the goaltending is so key, and they are getting good goaltending right now from Jordan Parise.
Well, he is. I mean, he's so confident in his game. He's in good position-wise. He's just everything that he's doing right. And I mean, he's got a lot of help too. You got to give a lot of credit to the North Dakota Fighting Sioux defensemen. They're big kids, but they're helping him out. He makes that first save, and then all of a sudden you get those big defensemen coming in, clearing that puck out, that transition to those forwards. And you know what happens after those forwards get that puck.
If there is a weakness for North Dakota, what might it be? Perhaps inexperience?
Well, I think, I mean, the inexperience they've showed these last 2 weekends is really not there. But I tell you what, the one thing that they may have to do is try and stay out of the box. The penalty kill does a good job, but when you get to those next rounds, the power plays that you're going to see are going to be a little better. So they may want to try and stay out of the box a little more.
What a run it's been for Dave Hakstol. Just 2 years here on the job in Grand Forks. Going to his second Frozen Four already.
Well, and he's been a part of this program for a long time. He played here. He was a coach, assistant coach under Dean Blaze. He's been part of some of these national championships, but he's done a great job getting his program and keeping this program as where it should be.
6 goals, 8 helpers in the 2 tournament games for the freshman of North Dakota.
When you talk about the young guns, you talk about the youth, maybe a little inexperience, I don't know, but you're going to see it right there. I mean, just unbelievable in these 2 games here. The North Dakota Sioux young guys have been stepping it up, and they are no longer young guys.
No, they're playing like sophomores and juniors in some cases.
Well, there's no doubt about it, especially the way they handle it, the way they look at the puck, the way they just work, not just to say that the goals that they're scoring, the offensive side of things, but you look at them in the defensive zone. These guys are complete hockey players.
All right, a statistical breakdown of this 5-2 North Dakota win over Holy Cross to eliminate the Crusaders from the national tournament and propel the Sioux into the Frozen Four in Milwaukee in a couple of weekends. Shots on goal, pretty lopsided there after a while, 32-19 in favor of the Sioux. They just never really allowed Holy Cross to get a foothold. They hung around for a while, but unlike last night, Holy Cross never gained the kind of momentum that they did when they beat the Gophers.
Well, there's no doubt about it. You could see, and you get a good look at Coach Pearl, and he's just got to be proud of his guys. But Holy Cross, they could kind of see him holding on, and against a team like North Dakota, you can only hold on for so long. North Dakota just turn it around. You can see the shots on goal, you see the face-offs, and then again those special teams, 3 power play goals.
Well, Holy Cross a little disappointed as they leave the ice, but certainly should be holding their heads high.
No, they've got to be proud of that program, got to be proud of what they've accomplished. They come in here, they are the underdogs. Big upset last night. Come out here and put a good performance on tonight.
Congratulations to the Sioux. They're moving on. Once again, the final score, 5-2 North Dakota. They're going to Milwaukee. For Jim Paradise and our entire crew, this is Clay Matvick saying so long from Grand Forks, North Dakota, and Ralph Engelstad Arena. The proceeding has been produced by ESPN Regional Television and distributed by ESPN Syndication. The Frozen Four in Milwaukee, Wisconsin this year. The Bradley Center hosting it. It should be fun. The Sioux will be there. The 16th time they are going to the Frozen Four. 5-2 the final. Good night, everybody.